Hi there. Thank you for joining UnSCRIPted. I'm Angela Kashuba, Dean of the UNC Eshelman School of Pharmacy. We have an amazing community here at the school, all working towards a shared goal of solving the world's most pressing healthcare challenges. I'm excited for you to hear unscripted stories of faculty, staff, students, alums, and partners. Today, I have invited Adam Aicha Hanne to my office for a conversation. Welcome, Adam, and thank you for joining me today.
Thank you so much for having me.
So you are a fourth-year PharmD student.
Yes, I am.
In our program. Can you tell us how you chose pharmacy as a career path?
Okay. Well, before choosing pharmacy, I was in a phase in my life where I knew I wanted to do something for my community. My mom is from West Africa, so I've definitely seen a lot of the struggles that she went through when I was growing up.
Yes.
And I've had the chance to travel at a very early age. And as I was traveling to low middle income countries and seeing some of their hurdles that they were going through, I noticed that health was always something that they were challenged by. And I know that with good health and a better life expectancy, you can have a better outcome or a better view of life. So I'm really big about the quality of life that individuals lived. So when I chose pharmacy, I wanted to do something with my hands, but I also wanted to make sure that I was thinking intellectually and that I was able to give back to my community.
So why did UNC float to the top for you? Because California has got a lot of good pharmacy schools as well.
UNC was ranked number one, and I said to myself, well, they must be number one for a reason. And I want to make sure that I go and experience what that number one feels like. In undergrad, I never, or before even going into university or going into higher academia, I never envisioned myself being a part of a system that was so highly ranked or so prestigious. I always thought, you know what, just let me get in where I can fit in. And this time I said, let me achieve a higher goal. Let me go for the first university or the first pharmacy school in the nation.
Yeah, I love that. You have just completed a master's in public health. So you are a dual degree student.
Yes, I am.
So talk about your journey in selecting to do an MPH.
I wanted to do something in public health as well because the line of work that I want to do is definitely public health related as well.
Okay.
Because I don't think pharmacy and public health are two distinct sectors or two distinct areas of focus. They're actually interrelated.
Yes.
So when looking into pharmacy schools, I saw that UNC Eshelman School of Pharmacy had several dual degrees, and the MPH one was one of them.
Okay. So tell me what area you focused in on when you did your MPH.
Global health.
Okay. All right. And did you have a particular project that you worked on that you can talk about?
So I worked on non-communicable diseases induced by air pollution, and I was focusing in on sub-Saharan Africa, specifically in Mali, Bamako.
Okay. So what would you like to do next after you graduate with your PharmD?
So once I complete pharmacy school, I plan on going into fellowships with industries. So particularly pharmaceutical industry. I want to work on market access or within the market access functional area. And the question has been to me from a lot of folks, why market access? And I tell them because market access is a stepping stone to where I want to be. My mission is to increase medication availability, accessibility, and affordability. And I term this as a triple A.
Yes.
So I want to go in that field and look and see what I can do to contribute and maybe what I can initiate along the way. It might not be the perfect, the perfect straight path, but I know it's the right path for me to get where I need to be.
Yeah, I love that. And I love that you are advocating for those who may not be able to advocate for themselves.
Thank you.
So I love that. So tell me a little bit about your work at MedAditus. You were an intern at MedAditus. Can you, and this is a company that was started by one of our former deans and faculty members, Darren Thacker. Talk a little bit about MedAditus and how you were connected and what you were doing there.
Yes. So when I arrived to the Eshelman School of Pharmacy, I wasn't too, and I'm sorry that I have to be honest here, I wasn't too sure at the time who our dean was, but I was speaking with a graduate student, Talissa, and she was telling me, well, we were just having an open conversation, and she asked me, why did I choose pharmacy? So I was giving her the whole spiel that I'm giving you now, and maybe a little more. Hopefully I didn't forget anything that I told her. And she said, you know who you need to speak with? Dean Thacker. I booked a meeting with Dean Thacker that very same day that I spoke with Talissa, and Dean Thacker was very welcoming. And when 2020 came around and the pandemic really creeped into the US and things were shut down, so was my immersion process. So I couldn't complete my first ambulatory immersion. So I was a little sad about that and felt a little defeated. So I reached out to another dean at the school, Dean White, and I was, expressing how I felt. And she said, well, not to be discouraged, not to feel down, and to really utilize my connection. She said, don't I know Dean Thacker? And I said, yes. So she told me, reach out to him and see, maybe he might have an internship position for you. So I reached out to Dean Thacker, and he made a position for me. So I was the first intern at MedAditus, and there I worked with a very diverse team, which I enjoyed. So I worked with folks that were presidents of IntraHealth, which started here at UNC and now is its own independent entity, and it's a global initiative, and folks from Pfizer. So it was very a diverse place to be. Specifically, my project focused on looking at the environmental scans for 3 sub-Saharan African countries. But the main thing that I kept coming back to when I was looking into these countries is the prevalence or the significance of counterfeit drugs and also substandards. I mean, substandards and counterfeits shipping in containers. Wow. So that means a huge chunk of the population is actually getting access to very poor quality drugs.
Yeah. So that's a pretty significant problem. And so how from your lens, how is MedAditus trying to address the problem?
So MedAditus is trying to address the problem by actually building a manufacturing pharmaceutical company within the continent of Africa. And I believe they're going to launch in Nairobi, Kenya. And I hope I'm not speaking too soon, Darren, forgive me. But they want to make sure that they're manufacturing drugs within the continent that are high quality drugs up to the standard of the FDA. So they're really using the whole system that we use here in the States, but they're using it in sub-Saharan Africa and making sure that they can provide to a greater population within the continent.
You definitely have a heart of service. During your time as a member of SNAFA, you started a charity for Mali. Can you talk about that?
Yes, I would love to talk about that. So I started an initiative known as the OTC Hygienic Drive during the pandemic. I thought to myself, why sit around when I have power in this organization to do something and be a part of something? So I started the OTC Drive. So Tylenol was what most folks were donating in at the time. And I got a lot of support also from my community in Los Angeles. So this wasn't just through within UNC. I try to make this be something that all the communities that I'm a part of can be a part of this initiative. So it started.
I didn't realize it was coast to coast.
Yes, it's definitely coast to coast.
That's amazing.
So the very first year we gave out a little over 100 goodie bags of just hand sanitizers. We even had diapers in some of them. Someone donated diapers. So we just made sure to distribute that out to the community. Come the second year around, it was still the same. Focus where we wanted hygienic products, face masks, hand sanitizer, Tylenol, feminine care wipes. So that was the second initiative that we did. The third one that we're doing is that we want to build a water tank in a peri-urban community known as Fombabu. So now we're working together to put together a proposal letter, a budget list, what we need, and how to involve the community, because once the water tank is built, it is for them. So we expect them to take care of it and nurture it as they please, and for them also to maintain it.
So water is so critically important.
Yes.
For so many things. So I love what you're doing. And how are you doing this? Are you in the process of fundraising?
I am in the process of fundraising right now. Our budget is not really high. It's just $10,000.
Okay, I was going to ask. Yeah,
Yes.
what it
So
costs.
if
Okay.
anyone wants to give, you know
Yeah.
where to find me.
Yeah, we will definitely reach out to you. That's wonderful.
Thank you.
And so talk about, how do you take care of yourself? Because mental health is a big topic of conversation. And at the School of Pharmacy, we have a very rigorous curriculum, as you know. And so what are the best ways that you take care of yourself to keep you healthy mentally and physically?
So I will admit, when I first got to pharmacy school, I wasn't so great at this. I was very academically focused. I would stay up very late and just try to get everything done. But today where I stand is, you can get the same amount of work done in a shorter amount of time. You just have to know how to manage your time good. At the MPH school, I had a little more free time.
Okay.
And I realized there that, wait, I'm getting the same amount of work done, but I'm still having fun. I'm still playing.
Yeah.
So when I came back my third year, I made sure to hold on to that. And when I say this, I got the same results that I got my PY2 year, and I just felt better.
Yeah.
It's life-changing. And I honestly the advice I give to students who are first years, really maximize your time that you're going to set during your work hours, and set a time to be off, to turn everything off. Because if you're not mentally healthy, or the work is starting to get to you, it will really challenge how you perform on your exams or throughout pharmacy school. It will creep up on you, and it will catch up with you.
Yeah. So that's really wonderful advice. What do you do for self-care?
Do you really want to know what I do?
Yeah.
I sleep.
Okay, that's awesome.
I don't
That can be a
sleep.
luxury for some, so I think that's great.
I don't sleep all the time, but I really try to make sure that I get my 8 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
I think that's so important. When I sleep good and I wake up in the morning, I just feel so energized. I feel ready to go out and tackle the world. That's how I feel.
I think that's wonderful. That is a key to success and a key to well-being. Well, everything that you're doing is working very well. You are a rock star. Thank you so much for spending some time with us today, and for sharing your story. And
Thank you.
We have your charity and also your business website to look up. So we're excited about that.
Thank you.
All right. And I'd like to thank you for watching. We love sharing stories of those who make the UNC Eshelman School of Pharmacy excellent. We hope you'll join us for the next episode of UnSCRIPted, conversations with the people who are advancing medicine for life. See you next time.